Angel Reese the benefit of the doubt. RG3 claimed that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark.
In a league that preaches no space for hate, what happens when one of its brightest stars weaponizes race and gets called out by her own coach? Angel Reese just got exposed after a racially charged TikTok targeting Caitlin Clark went viral, and her coach is not standing by her side this time. Is this the unraveling of the WNBA's biggest rivalry, or the beginning of a league-wide reckoning?
Let's send our best wishes to Tyler Marsh. He's about to be called every name under the book.
Just days after the Chicago Sky's crushing loss, Angel Reese reposted a racially charged TikTok mocking Caitlin Clark, suggesting she was running from a fade, a street term for a fight. The league's silence? Deafening. No fines. No investigation. No accountability. Yet the WNBA just launched its No Space for Hate campaign last week. The hypocrisy couldn't be louder.
The more notable comments came from Tyler Marsh.
Insiders say Coach Tyler Marsh confronted Reese behind closed doors, calling the TikTok reckless and accusing her of damaging team unity for personal clout. A leaked locker room report confirmed. This isn't leadership. It's a distraction. That's not all. Marsh reportedly broke ranks with management, urging the league to hold all players accountable, not just those who aren't viral icons.
Caitlin Clark, it appears to be racially motivated.
Caitlin Clark, often branded the WNBA's Great White Hope, has endured nonstop attacks from Reese's "You're not hood enough" comments to now racially loaded TikToks. Yet she's remained silent. Clark's refusal to engage may seem like strength, but fans are demanding the league stop protecting bad behavior in the name of spice and culture.
Chicago, the name Chicago Bravado, it's because that's what Angel Reese is filled with, false bravado, this false sense of confidence.
While Clark is held to a standard of perfection, Reese is celebrated for being raw and real. But when real turns racial, where's the line? Fans point to last season, when Clark was penalized for unsportsmanlike conduct for simply trash-talking. Yet Reese now posts racially provocative content with zero consequences.
Angel, can you please tell us what the fans said to you? Angel, can you please tell us what you heard when you were sitting at the check-in table?
The Reese-Clark rivalry began long before the WNBA, culminating in the NCAA final where Reese taunted Clark with the viral "you can't see me" gesture. Clark never responded with hate. Reese, however, has continued the antagonism into their pro careers, this time escalating to a level the league can no longer ignore.
It appears a couple of Twitter trolls have completely dictated the coverage of the WNBA.
Fans across the league are now calling out the WNBA's hypocrisy. On X, one fan wrote, "So if Clark posted that about Reese, she'd be suspended in 12 hours. Why is it different?" Even former WNBA stars are weighing in. Lisa Leslie tweeted, "We wanted attention, not division. Be better."
Did you become aware when everyone else did? What does that indicate? That the Sky did not know or did not hear anything in real time.
The WNBA's credibility is now under fire. Their No Space for Hate initiative launched just days before Reese's racial jab, but the league still hasn't responded. This isn't just a PR fail, it's a test of values. And right now, they're failing miserably.
Can you take us through the flagrant foul from your perspective? Just what you saw in that play, how you interpreted what happened.
Basketball play, refs got it right. Move on.
Sources close to the Sky say Reese has become a locker room liability. Tyler Marsh's latest statement hinted at tension boiling over. "Leadership comes with maturity, not media antics," he told reporters.
Ouch.
Some believe this may lead to a benching, or worse, a mid-season suspension.
Investigation. And more than likely, the WNBA launched their investigation based on what people were saying on social media.
The WNBA is at a crossroads. If they suspend Reese, they'll anger her massive fan base. If they don't, they'll alienate millions who saw this as hate speech. Tyler Marsh may be Reese's last line of protection, or the first to push her out.
One piece of evidence to support these baseless claims from the WNBA.
Was Angel Reese simply expressing herself, or did she cross a line that should never be crossed? And did her coach just signal the beginning of the end for Reese's dominance in Chicago? One thing's clear, the WNBA's future won't be defined just by stats and highlights, but by how it handles the moments that truly matter.
So that makes the Sky, that makes the Fever, that makes me, that makes everyone I talk to who was in the arena, everyone else who has spoken from the arena.
In a league where every second is watched under a microscope, one comment, one claim, can ignite the kind of firestorm that sets the entire sports world ablaze. This time, the fire came from Angel Reese, but the one who threw the water on it? Her own coach, Tyler Marsh.
From Tyler Marsh, the head coach of the Chicago Sky. Here is what he said without further ado, which is probably the biggest bit of information, actual information we've gotten.
It started like many WNBA games, tough, physical, competitive. But by the time the buzzer sounded in the Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky matchup, Twitter had already erupted. According to Reese's online supporters, she had been the victim of a racial hate crime from fans. The problem? Not a single microphone, camera, teammate, or even Angel herself reacted during the game.
When did you become aware that there was hate speech that happened?
I think when everyone else did. I think that it's something that we heard about, and so again, we're just forthcoming with anything that the league was able to do investigation on.
With no audio, no crowd footage, and no eyewitnesses, the WNBA still launched a full-scale investigation.
Why?
Because social media said so. What followed was a whirlwind of coverage. Headlines screamed racism. ESPN segments hinted at scandal, but nothing tangible backed it up.
What Tyler Marsh just admitted was he did not hear any hate speech during the game, and he didn't even know about this until the WNBA law.
That moment changed everything. Reese's own coach admitted he heard nothing,
Saw nothing.
knew nothing, until Twitter told him.
But the message, it says, white girl running from the fade.
Even more suspicious, Reese didn't mention a thing during her post-game interview. Her teammates didn't back her up. Her coach didn't notice. No fans reported it. Nothing. Until Twitter detectives declared it truth.
Things were said to Reese, but no even proof that that person was there or not. Whether they were there or not, whether they saw or heard anything or not, nothing to back it up.
5 days after the alleged incident, Angel posted this on TikTok, mocking Caitlin Clark, implying cowardice and reigniting the rivalry. It wasn't a cry for justice. It was a taunt. A message. One that twisted the narrative from victimhood to pettiness.
Reese is damn sure jealous of Caitlin Clark. She's got a lot of anger. She has a lot of resentment towards the great white hope.
Fans started questioning everything. Was Reese deflecting from a bad performance? Was this a strategy for attention? Or worse, was it a calculated smear campaign against Clark? By simply telling the truth, Tyler Marsh may have done the unthinkable. He shattered the illusion. His words weren't aggressive. They weren't cruel. But they were devastating. Because the truth was clear, this wasn't a case of racism. It was a case of deception.
You guys remember last year when Angel Reese celebrated Kennedy Carter getting that flagrant foul on the hip check against Caitlin Clark? You remember that?
If the WNBA wants to be taken seriously, this can't happen again. Launching investigations based on unverified tweets undermines the integrity of the league. Angel Reese may have tried to turn public sympathy into a PR weapon, but it's the WNBA that now has to clean up the mess.
It's because Caitlin Clark is a mainstream draw, while Angel Reese has been largely forgotten. People are not buying tickets.
Angel Reese still has a future in this league. She's talented. She's marketable. But in a league increasingly defined by character, media strategy, and honesty, this stunt may haunt her longer than she thinks.
Angel Reese would not be playing basketball anymore because she was going to sucker punch Caitlin Clark.
Do you believe Angel Reese or Tyler Marsh? Should the WNBA have done more or done less? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
Caitlin Clark, she's got a lot of anger. She has a lot of resentment towards the great white hope on social media. It has been almost a week since this supposed hate speech took place. In that time, there hasn't been a single shred of evidence presented. Wasn't it last Thursday that the WNBA launched their No Space for Hate campaign? No space for hate. No space for hate. Wouldn't this be an example of hate? Wouldn't this be an example of yesterday? Here we are, 24 hours later, and I have yet to see the WNBA launch an investigation. Well, that's strange, Angel Reese. This program was specifically designed for fans of Caitlin Clark, or as the media prefers to call them, white people.
Let's hear Angel Reese, and if you guys pay attention, listen to her voice and listen to how she's on the edge of breaking down. Very funny.
Hate speech.
Yeah, obviously there's no place in this league for that. I think the WNBA